First love is amazing and beautiful. There is so much trust and hope because in your first love, you've never experienced the back end of it, right? You've never experienced betrayal or hurt or lies yet. You're hopeful. First love is new and it's beautiful. Our first love might take over our lives for a time, right? Like our first love becomes a priority for us, him or her. Love is a strange and wonderful thing. But our first love is even more precious and unique because we will never have that ever again. Our first love is a standard that all other relationships will be judged by. And the amazing thing is that Scripture encourages us to love our God in that same way that we experience our first love as a young person. God is supposed to be our first love because we're God's first love. And as a part of our love for Him, we're called to love not just God, but every person who's created in the image of God. We love because He loved us first. We live out of a response of who God actually is. God is love. Do you remember having a first moment of true love for God in your own life? That moment of, some of us call it like a conversion moment. Some of us call it like this moment of recognizing that God is real and He's no longer just a story, but God is real. Do you remember that moment in your life? But what happens to our first love after a time, right? Far too often we fall out of love. Sometimes because we find something that we think is better. Sometimes it's because we lose our interest or our feelings. Sometimes it's because we change or a distance develops between us and the person we love. Whatever the reason is, oftentimes our first loves don't last. Friends, may we this week and always stop at nothing to find a way to revive our spiritual fervor for a God that would stop at nothing to show His love for us.